Hello, beautiful souls. How you been doing? How you been treating yourself well? I hope that no matter what's going on around you and around the world, things are trying to shift for you, and you are also paying attention on what is actually being done for you, and hoping that you are finally seeing how awesome you are, trying to be this being on this world that sometimes feels as it is not, but perhaps most of us sign up to an extent of how things are going, but it is helping you to make your soul aware of who you are and what you are. Anyway, I just wanted to share something very quick as the full moon is almost here. I believe tonight you are going to be able to see it, whatever part of the world you are at. And there's also a blue blood moon coming up, eclipse, on the same time as the moon is developing. Different part of the world, the blood moon will be seen. Uh, and some of you perhaps are feeling way too tired. Some of you don't have the energy to actually just even trying to understand what's going on. But as per usual, is all this shift going on. As I said before, some people believe in it, some people don't, and that's okay. Just do you and allow others to be who they feel they are, just like they allow you to be who you are. We need to do some changes, not just within ourselves, but also around, so that others can stop seeing themselves as humans and more so as a great spiritual being. So I just wanted to share something as I've been reading from Mr. Paramahansa Yogananda. I started reading his book again, Man's Eternal Quest, I believe that's what it's called. And I've been writing things that resonate for my soul. And I wanted to say this so you can remind yourself. You are punishing the soul by keeping it buried, slumbering in matter, life after life, frightened by nightmares of suffering and death. Realize that you are the soul. Remember the feeling behind your feeling, the will behind your will, the power behind your power, the wisdom behind your wisdom is the infinite Lord. Unite the heart, feeling, and the mind's reason is a perfect balance. In the castle of calmness, again and again, cast off identification with earthly titles and plunge into deep meditation to realize your divine kingship. So, some of you perhaps like to meditate. Some of you don't have time to meditate. Some of you barely have time to pay attention to yourself, and perhaps too tired to even pay attention and don't care anymore. Know that whatever feeling it is that you have, it is something that it cannot be avoidable, not if you don't pay attention. Sometimes we've been repeating patterns through years over and over again. There's wars all the time since the moment that we were created. It's always been about power. It's always been who can control who. And sadly, those souls that die among the stupidity of the majority of our governments, it cannot be, cannot be avoidable. It is something that sadly we, or the majority of us, don't understand as to why we have to die the way that we choose, and why we have to grow the way that we do, and why we have to dislike things that they tell us to do so, as the war continues among ourselves, that you have to dislike certain color, certain race, certain people, and you get caught up in that. And your soul is craving more than that. Your soul is craving something that wants to be free. Your soul is connecting, and even though at the moment it feels tired, it is something that you cannot escape, because whether you are in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, you know what I mean, and you feel that sometimes it may feel as I'm too old, or I don't know where I'm going, or I don't know what exactly I'm doing, and you are lost. So know that you are actually getting there, even though it feels like nowhere at the same time. But if you pay attention the pattern as to what are you repeating over and over and over, then you'll be able to know that it is time to actually connect. You've been doing that as myself, and I've been packing things because I'm getting out of this place that I've been renting from. And I am thankful for it, and I am grateful that I found a place, but it's time for myself and my daughter to move out. So, anyway, I pre-shuffled some cards. I've got the Six of Cups. Again, a lot of you are familiar with tarot, and I get to see a little boy giving a cup that is full with flowers to this little girl, and she's happy, and he's obliged to do it. But see how they are still covered in winter clothes. She has mittens, I think that's what they call, but there's all these cups with the flower plants. And here I tend to see a guardian. So this guardian over here, it could be watching us too. We are going to protect you. There could also be a different meaning, but at the moment I'm just focusing on what I sense at the moment. And this is somebody that, it could be somebody that has passed, somebody that you are perhaps communicating. It could be also the universe, depending on how you see it. And knowing that this part of your houses, this part of your life that you are building are actually coming to a fulfillment. Right now, even though some parts are still winter, and maybe you are start seeing sprouts of flowers or other things, and you're finally is like, I'm finally receiving what I deserve. So you have to accept it and have to know that you are being watched, you are being protected. And finally, between cold and hot days, you will make it happen. I also got the Fool. Sometimes the Fool can be good, sometimes it can be bad, just like anything. Here we have a little doggy that is happy to see the person. It could be you. It could be also no metaphysical. But, sorry, I can't think of the word. That the dog is, it could be an inner thing within yourself too. Or literally it can be also that you have dogs or a pet, not just precisely a dog. You can have different type of animals. But see, sometimes with a Fool, we gotta make a journey. And most of the time, a Fool may or may not pay attention of how he or she is doing things. But the sun is out there. And again, I see the flower. I see stars. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They look to me like stars in this circle. So, and even though the Fool perhaps doesn't have that fancy clothes, he or she feels happy of what he or she has. And there's also, these perhaps are mountains. So And this I can represent it as a snow. So yes, there are things that perhaps you are doing at the moment where it's cold and sunny at the same time, but always being happy. And perhaps you may not know where your destination is going, whatever you carry with you, as long as it is good things that you are carrying with you. You see how the bag is small and it's not something that it needs to be too much, wherever you are going, whatever you are deciding. I see here like a bird that is drawn on the bag. So it is time for your soul to align it and to be free and to actually allow it to happen, things that are coming for you and to connect. So just be happy. And even though sometimes things are a little crazy for other people, are you tell them? Or maybe you are sharing sometimes, and maybe just be safe on how you share things, because sadly as humans we tend to be very selfish or envious of other people's adventures. But you got this, and you will be able to make it happen. I also have two oracle cards, and this one kept popping up. Release and see how she is free, and here her soul is aligning with the butterflies. And there's also the moon, and there's more stars, and there's like aurora borealis. Is that what you call it? There's also these dry trees or plants that perhaps to an extent she doesn't want to let go. I'm not sure if you can get to see how her hand it is holding on to, but most part of her is ready to let go. So whatever it is that you are trying to do and let go from it and be free from these dryness, things that are not worth for you, it is time. It is time to do so. Again, the universe, God has your back, but you must have to believe it. You have to believe it. We have creation. See, there's the full moon. There's this face. There's the mind. There's the person sitting. And it has different, I don't know if they are maps, but it's something where the person has written or draw, or perhaps the things that has been talking to the moon. And this to me I represent it as the universe that is watching you. And it can be also some ancestors, right? And perhaps you have had some plans that may or may not have come out the way that you have written them, but you are gonna be able to do so. Thinking too much about it may not do a lot. Sometimes you may have to, take action, because you cannot stay in one place. It is time to take action. It is time to be more creative, and it's time to let go of whatever fear you are still holding on to. Things will move as the moon passes. And two other spiritual animal pockets. I had the stag spirit, and it says, take the lead. In the oracle message that he has, it says, whether or not you have set your intentions to the lead, you may have found yourself suddenly called to step up to the forefront of your life. Stag spirit is a reminder that now is the time to heed the call to be sure, strong, and compassionate. Others will look to you, and you have it within you to see through the eyes of stag spirit and walk with confidence as you take on responsibilities. Be willing to see the best in others so that your compassionate heart keeps you on the right path. Stag spirit wants you to know that your responsibilities now are to yourself too, for you are learning and developing new skills. You are a model for transformation now, sharing your experience, strength, and hope with others, so they may grow and discover their best selves too. What a gift you are. Stay humble and authentic and walk your talk, for this is how a wise leader leads. Protection message. Others may not be as far along as you are on your journey. When a stag spirit appears in the protection position, you are called to be compassionate and patient as you find yourself leading the way. When others struggle to follow you, they may be unsure that you can be trusted, challenging you to be kind and strong, challenging your value and questioning your worth. Know the Spirit has put you in this place at this time for a purpose and will not abandon you when you need help with your new responsibilities. Or perhaps you are actually uncomfortable leading, maybe temporarily trapped by your small self, and are therefore promoting yourself too strongly. Afraid that others might see weakness or imperfection in you, let go of your fears and let Stag Spirit remind you that you have what it takes to lead wisely and authentically if you practice self honesty and listen to others who wish to support you. So, I don't think I've ever seen a stag, not even on a different dimension, but this is so beautiful. You have to, as you say, take the lead. And again, perhaps others are not understanding what or who you are. Always stay humble to yourself. I know that sometimes one thing is to be nice, another thing is not to take advantage of. So whenever you have to be mean, then be mean. But don't allow others to step on you, and go your way. Believe it. Trust me. I've been going through it even more. And I've seen and I understand. And see, I guess these things are called antlers. There's some jewelries, and there's flowers, see flowers again, feathers. And again, these are things that are coming to you as long as you allow it to happen. And the last one is the ant spirit. And it says, time to collaborate. And I mean, ants are always moving. And there's a tiny moon in here on this puzzle. And there's the roads where sometimes they build under. But see how the ants have different, I don't know if they're feathers or their crowns, but it is happening. And it says, Oracle message: when ant spirit comes to visit, is to celebrate the benefits of working in partnership. Spirit reminds you that to build your dream, you need to work with others, accept help, and trust in your most important partnership, the one that you have with Spirit. Your intentions will come to fruition if you remain awake and focus on co-creating your reality. Remember that the world around you can easily seduce you if you don't have some sort of practice or discipline, like meditation, to keep you on track. Connecting with others and having accountability partners can be helpful, as it's unlikely that everyone will fall asleep at the same time. The other message and Spirit holds is that you are now at an auspicious time to ask for help and receive it. Everything is working to support you right now. Protection message. Do you really believe that you have to do everything yourself? Do you believe that somehow any help you get will be disappointing or not good enough? It doesn't matter where or why you came to be pessimistic or mistrustful. The fact that Ant Spirit is showing up now, it is a sign that you have an opportunity to heal and relearn to trust the others will show up for you in a genuine way. It's time to see the universe as conscious and connected, loving and helpful, but you must participate in this activity of co-creation. If you are feeling orphaned from community, reach out and communicate. If you feel vulnerable, know that being present in your Vulnerability can help you draw in someone who wants to assist you. Trust in your partnership with spirit, and your outer conditions will start to reflect that. Then you will see the miracles waiting for you, including partners who appear ready to lend a hand. I understand to trust humans sometimes it can be a little shady. A lot of us perhaps have betrayed, and sometimes we even betray those that we trusted, right? Sometimes we may have done things in ways that we needed to do something that to be more beneficial for us. And then later, life did that thing to us. But it was for us to grow up and know that we didn't need to be like that. And finally, you are putting yourself in a way that you are understanding who you are and growing. And again, see, I keep getting all that with the spirit, spirit, spirit. And we have to allow to connect. I have said it before, I believe we may not have time sometimes to do more than 5 minutes meditation, but remember, 3 to 5 minutes might be enough. Gather whoever is with you and make it a habit. This is the time where you as a soul needs to keep growing, needs to understand that you must have to make connection with spirit, that your ancestors are watching you, that the universe has your back. And whatever time and age that you are right now, you are finally growing. It has taken time, but no matter what happens, you are never alone. And again, even if people don't understand that you are who you are, that's okay. Let them think you are that, a fool. But at the end, this fool will show them that you have grown up, that you have changed, that even if they try to throw things back at your face and tell you like, well, you know, you can change. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And if you keep holding on to whatever past that doesn't want to let you go, then that's what is going to win. But if you allow yourself to win, then you will be free. Then you'll be somebody that will understand that no matter how hard and how crazy things has been, you will show them that you were able to do it. Anyway, beautiful souls, I hope that you understand that this is just a game, that even though it feels too real, you have to pass those levels. You have to make it. So remember, banish the spiritual ignorance that makes you think this mortal life is real. Free yourself forever. Look within yourself. Know that you have a chance to do things right, whether you haven't done it the way they were supposed to. Nothing can be, super perfect, but know the spirit is always there for you. And whatever it is that you believe, God, the universe, know that it is there. Okay? Take care, and I'll see you another time.